the first thing I was curious to know about was Assassin's Creed Shadows, and maybe Gundam, you can shed some light on this because Ubisoft released the trailer for it a few days ago. It's currently sitting at 7.7 million views, pretty good. 275,000 upvotes, nice. Oh, but it's also got 658,000 downvotes, which, according to them, they've even admitted this, is the most disliked trailer in the series history. Maybe you can shed some light on why.
Well, it's because all of you people are filthy, disgusting, racist, bigots, transphobes. You're also agoraphobes. You're against plushophilia, which is people who have relationships with plushies. I heard from my good friend Jay Sonic that you guys are terrible people. The funny thing is you don't know who Jay Sonic is, but that's a guy who has been having a romantic relationship with a Sonic plushie from 1996, by the way. Huh?
Wow.
Segue.
Nice.
And he's been blowing loads into it ever since.
Oh my God.
It must be pretty used by now.
It's terrible. He also poops on it, so it's a very interesting color of brown.
Oh,
but Ash, you didn't know? I'll send you videos, dude. You gotta see this.
Hey, I'm fine. I'm okay.
10 minutes. 10 minutes into the show.
I'm trying to give up movies.
All right, I'll get serious. Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're now following the adventures of the Black Samurai. It's very positive. It's very good. Did you know that he might be gay or non-binary, by the way? In fact, both protagonists are. So I'm just here for it. I love the representation. It's good to see a vassal finally coming up in the world and getting the respect that he deserves. It only took Twitter boasting about him for a year solid, telling me that black people were the original Japanese. It was a very interesting time, the AI art we had. It was the Renaissance, if you will. Az, what are you laughing for, you bigot? I
just thought of a joke. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, I'm all for it. Tell me.
No,
you have to do it now. You can't.
It was British. You know, it's a British thing. British
believe me, I've watched British stuff all the time.
Okay, all right.
Hit me with it.
The joke was Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, bloody hell. It flew right over my head. This is that British humor people keep talking about. It's just too sophisticated.
Yeah.
Why would you call an Assassin's... You take feudal Japan, you make a black protagonist its lead, and even Fluffy's not happy. You make a black protagonist lead, and then you call it Assassin's Creed Shadows.
That's because he blends in, you bigot. He's an assassin. Uh-oh.
He's not an assassin, though. He's a samurai. There's a difference. Well, and his character in the trailer had a big club.
We're going to split hairs. So the assassin guy is a black samurai, which, it's far-fetched. He's going to take out people, and nobody's going to be able to identify him. Being the only black guy in Japan. You need to not think
he blends
about that.
right in.
I also like the idea he sneaks upside over with a huge club.
It's like the Team America thing where it's like you might want to take your own life, in which case you'd better have this. He gives him a hammer.
Oh my God. Is this show canceled yet?
Probably, yeah. But no, they were quite proud of the fact that he is allegedly based on a real historical figure. It's Yasuke, who was a black person who was living in Japan at that period. And they, according to Ubisoft, he was the legendary samurai who forged an entire nation. Until you actually look up the real historical figure and you find out that he was just a retainer. And he never fought in a single battle, never fought a single duel.
Well,
he was only in Japan for just over a year, and then he got sent home again.
Technically, he did try to fight after Nobunaga was assassinated, and he immediately was defeated.
Yeah.
So there was a battle. He just didn't win.
Is that level going to be in the game?
I certainly hope
do
so.
one fight and lose.
Just go home.
Credits. 58,000 DLC add-ons to buy.
Is this considered cultural appropriation? I don't know. Like, you're taking that historical setting of Japan and trying to characters from different ethnicities in there who really weren't there at the time.
I think it's just racist. I don't think it's cultural appropriation.
Hey,
I think
why
it's
not both?
racist.
Let's pop them in the blender and mix it up.
Did you see the internal memo from Ubisoft?
Let's
I don't
see it.
believe I did.
Oh, I can bring that up for you. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, this is going to be lovely.
There was there's lots of Yumi-san pictures.
Share those as well. Share the screen. Click it now. Do it.
Done it right. Fine. Did it.
All right. Let's go.
All right, let's see.
Okay, so we got.
Let me get my face ready.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Zoom in. Enhance.
More.
Wait, it's also a video. Make it play too.
Make it play.
It's on TikTok, so
Make it bounce.
Ow.
God, that was massive.
He's inspecting the screen.
Well, now that it's over.
Let me get the actual proper news, shall we? Let's get that. Let's get
serious about this, gentlemen.
I'd be
serious man.
I'd be here all day if I didn't.
This is a look into me and Drinker's science team, by the way. This is usually how it goes.
Yeah.
I can't stop looking at Rachel Zegler on Gundam's screen.
Oh,
She's
let me
fucking
fix it.
goofy.
She looks sad.
What's
Hey,
the
my
name?
movie's never come
The
out.
Madam Web movie.
So this apparently is from an internal memo from Ubisoft. First, we want to make it very clear that we do not accept hate, harassment, and other forms of abuse in any way. And we are deeply saddened to see the negativity and hatred currently spreading on our co-workers' personal profiles and on our partners' social media platforms.
Wouldn't it be fucking perfect if ever we had a company that just put out an announcement and said, we want to make it very clear that we not only accept hate, harassment, and other forms of abuse, but we prefer it. We especially enjoy it when it's directed at our work. Here's a bunch of links to their social media pages, please.
Here's their personal details. Go. Wait, what?
I like this. We are proud to represent the diversity and inclusion that exists in society as part of our everyday work. Representation is part of our DNA and will remain that way regardless of external pressure or influences. Now, I could argue that having a Japanese protagonist is quite good for inclusion. They don't always get represented that well in video games, so that would be a nice thing to do. But
it's time to stop the Asian hate. I agree.
Well, there wasn't much diversity in feudal Japan.
No, it was really the opposite of diversity that you had there.
Hell, there's not much diversity in current day Japan.
No.
And for good reason. I have to say, Sergon of Akkad showed me some diversity today that I would love to share, but I think it would be bad.
Excellent upgrade on your background there.
Yes.
I'm here to help.
You make a couple of great points.
I like this super chat from John Gates as well. The police line up after his first assassination. The witness feels too racist and guilty to point to him. Ubisoft goes full subversion at the end and has the final boss fight be the most racist thing ever with basketball and watermelon and crap. I feel like they would do that and think it was progressive though. Like that's the kind of mindset that they get into. But yeah, I think the cherry on top was just the fact that he's going to probably be gay as well. Just, okay. Sure.
Well, Ubisoft said that you will be able to have multiple different relationships with, and I think they phrased it with different genders or different persons, which made people believe that they were talking about both male and female, because there's only two genders, of course. People.
You know what's interesting here, just when I'm going down to like the fourth paragraph of this little memo, it says, given the current polarization of this topic online, we believe that having a respectful and constructive dialogue is difficult, if not impossible, to achieve. In this context, we ask you not to engage with or interact with these conversations, as this could worsen the situation for yourself, our teams, and our industry peers. So essentially, even if someone was to come to you in the most respectful way and say, yeah, I'm not entirely convinced this is a good move on your part. I think you're trying to project current social norms into a game set in feudal Japan, and you should be more respectful towards the culture. they're just abrogating all responsibility for having that conversation and just saying, no, if anyone talks to you like that, they're racist, and you just don't talk to them back.
Yes.
Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. Makes
If
sense.
it wasn't Yasuke, if it was just a Japanese, if it was a Japanese gentleman and a Japanese female, I don't think anybody would have a single issue whatsoever. In actual fact, I think it probably would have received quite a good reception.
Oh, yes. Like
Well, yeah,
Assassin's Creed Origins. None of us had a problem with that. It made
Well,
sense.
and it's a cool setting, like feudal Japan, samurai, ninjas, like assassins, all that stuff. Like that's very cool. Everyone loved Shogun, so it's just it's an extension of that kind of popularity.
If we then had like everyone complaining about the monetization and like fucking Ubisoft's mechanics getting more iterative every single game, you probably have Ubisoft then poking you with a stick, be like, "Be racist! Don't point out that stuff. Talk about racism."
I think people are just so used to it now. At this point, they really don't even. It doesn't faze them for some reason. $130 version of this shitty game. The fact that it even exists is ridiculous. But it is what it is. We're in a consumer society, and everybody's a good little consumer.
I hate to say it, but it feels like we lost that war more than a decade ago or something.
We lose a lot of wars, I fear.
Yeah.
But I will never give up the war on rocking tits.
Oh yeah. Well, Sydney Sweeney's leading the charge on that one, so it's okay. I'll get behind her.
Somehow titties always find their way back. They keep coming back, and that's good.
Boobs find a way. But yeah, I mean, just talking about this game, like from a development point of view, if your goal was to have a black protagonist, we just really want that for representation purposes. Okay, well, you can set the story in, say, sub-Saharan Africa in the Middle Ages. I am sure there's all kinds of kingdoms, empires that have risen and fallen during that time period that popular culture doesn't really address very often. I think there's a whole host of things you could do with that. There's an untapped resource of storytelling that you could both give you your representation and help to educate people about a period that most people don't really know much about. That would be
like
great.
The Zulu nation fighting against the English Imperials.
Mm-hmm.
England.
Then all the people who are really upset with white people in America can finally live out their Shaka Zulu fantasy.
I mean, it turns out that spears and shields versus guns isn't a good matchup, as we found out. But
to be fair, one of the sides
they
had
did
Michael
win
Caine.
battles.
What's that, Mark? Sorry?
One of the sides had Michael Caine, so it kind of made it unfair.
That is true, yeah. And they were Welsh mostly as well. So
at me. Yeah.
My point being, though, like there is a lot of things that you could have done, but it didn't have the appeal of feudal Japan. It didn't have that instantly recognizable aesthetic of samurai and katanas and all that lovely stuff. That's that amalgamation of ideology and capitalism.
But the thing it's not just that they did it for inclusion and diversity purposes, which they did. It's that they've made it so ridiculous now because this is literally the only black guy in fucking Japan. So if it gets around like, oh yeah, if this guy turns up, people die. It just from a logical perspective looks stupid. It's a stupid visual, and you're trying to immerse yourself in this, and essentially everyone around you has got to be stupid. It's got to be dumb. We go to the Fallout argument. Oh, everyone's retarded, I guess.
Yes.
Don't get more started on that.
To Zoomers,
I didn't say nothing.
if you pay attention to Zoomers, they know nothing about history at all. So this works for them.